Hello, friends. It's Creator versus Dream on the docket, and I think you'll enjoy this series. Both players have a really strong idea of how they want to play the game, and it's kind of the same idea. So the game devolves into madness, but before you get to watch it, I'd like to remind you, like, comment, subscribe to this channel here. It really does help me out, and I am also streaming on Twitch every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, EPT and A, every Saturday, 3 p.m. and now 11 p.m. because daylight savings time is horrible for the Apprentice Cup and EPT Korea. Also, NA Apprentice is starting back up again. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, 7 p.m. for the duration of that tournament and other things as they do happen. And yeah, I do also upload content to YouTube pretty much on a daily basis in this nice fancy 4K format. So make sure you go check all of that out. But now it's Dream, it's Creator. In the bottom left here, in the red, he is a good game gamer for Good Game Gaming, Dream. And his opponent in the upper right, in the blue, for Team Envy, Creator. Now we can see what players have in store for us in this game, of course. We need to preface this. When we talk about any new game on the new patch, we need to talk about how the fact that Proxy Void's no longer really on the table. They cost a lot more at 50 additional minerals. They take 6 seconds more to build. So we're not likely to see them, but we will still see other proxies as Creator and Dream have in store for us today. It looks like this is most likely, it's just a Proxy Reaper. This has really entered the meta more and more as Terran players have started to learn the buttons that they can press to prevent their opponents from being happy. But on the flip side, this build from Creator as well is something that we've started to see particularly against Dream. Funnily enough, we saw Classic do it to him a couple times, and Dream from a 2-0 lead went into a 3-2 hole where he ended up losing the series in the IEM Katowice pre-party that Alpha X put on the week before Katowice. And we had a similar game state as well, where you have the gateway at home, you have the gateway on the other side of the map, you get the zealot out early. It's getting actually chronoed out here because I believe we had a scout. Yeah, we did. So double gas and nothing in the wall tells Creator exactly what's happening, but this situation is actually going to be very nice for him because, yeah, you build Reapers. It's going to run into your main base, but you already have a zealot here to tank, and then a stalker's going to pop out afterwards. Or an adept, actually. Okay, adept in the main base, stalker on the other side. That makes a good deal of sense here. We're gonna have to see how much value Dream can get. He showed us his Reaper Micro is rather nice against Knock Knock, but of course Creator is a bit better of a player than Knock Knock is, we can assume. And that means only one worker should go down at the end of things, but Stalker on the other side of the map here is gonna cause some significant consternation as the probe does not go down. There we go, Stalker does arrive. Is not able to cancel the factory, and actually I really like what we see here from Creator. This is something of a hold that we've started to see Terran players again do a little bit more, where instead of trying to greed out for, well, a tech lab and cyclone stuff, you just get a couple widow mines, and then that means that the Protoss player is forced to trade a unit for a unit. As interestingly enough, we are starting to see shield batteries go down, and with how much they were nerfed, I didn't think we would see them aggressive all that much, but Dream says, I don't have anything, even with the widow mines. GG. Creator takes game one. In the bottom right, in the blue, he's up one game in this series off a proxy gateway play for Team Envy, Creator. His opponent in the upper left looking to take us to a game number 3 for the Good Game Gamers, Dream. I need to recache that into my program. It's rather annoying that it just likes to stutter to all hell. And again, folks, are we just going to see the same game 2 games in a row? Are we just going to see the double proxy bear, or the proxy reaper versus the double gateway at home, gateway abroad? Well, I think it's gonna be slightly different. I think it was single gas from Dream last time. So maybe he commits a little bit more, but for now, well, it's going to... no, there was double gas last time. So pretty much the exact same build from both players in this series. Creator's going to walk up. He says, oh, okay, I know what's happening right now. And he's going to be dancing because he just won this game literally 30 seconds ago. He took a 3-4 minute game, whatever the game timer was, and he is now well poised to do the same thing once again. Zealot getting built out here. We're going to see Reaper on the, or excuse me, Stalker on the other side of the map once the Cyber Core is done and everything is as it should be, because this build, for all intents and purposes, the Scouting SCV looks like a normal build. Looks like something that you would see any day of the week. And the only tell maybe is the fact that a Zealot is out, but I mean, he knows he was scouted, so Zealot's going to be out anyways as SCV's patrolling around. Reaper's going to try to find a probe. We'll get one. We have to see whether he gets any more than that, but of course the Adept is being chronoed out, so that is going to add to a little bit more. Probe will stay alive. Ring around the rosy there. Pockets full of posies. Second worker goes down, so at the very least we can say, oh, enhanced damage for our Terran player, and he keeps his Reaper alive once again, but Stalker arrives, and this is a command center in the wall. Not for very long. Command center's going down, but at the very least it's maybe a little bit more HP to work with, and there we go. Pylon on the high ground. Do we have any more probes in this setup? No, we don't, not really. The big deal about this pylon on the high ground, it gives vision. It means that this bunker will not complete. And now we're gonna have to see how much more damage happens here. Reapers do arrive. 2 of them have been made. Probe's gonna get knocked down. And it looks like Dream actually may have a better setup in this game, as finally this SCV will go down. SCV building the command center as well. It's dead. It should die. Oh, he's got range on the bunker, SCV. That's an even bigger deal. So 3 workers go down. And this is less committal here for Creator than it was. Well, I actually don't know whether it was more or less committal because we didn't see what happened. Dream just GG'd out because he said, I'm not really going to be able to do something here. But with a Cyclone out, because this was not a Widow Mine opener, with a Cyclone out, that does mean that this is going to be much safer here for Dream. He's not going to die to this, even if he does take damage, losing 4 SCVs, having his command center delayed for a day and a night, maybe even another day. Creator now, he's moving into contain mode. His natural is just about done, and he may be able to kill this. No, he doesn't have it at the time. He's not even going to try. Coward. But no, he understands that Reapers are going to run across the map. He needs to have something at home to defend. So 1 Stalker is there. We got Twilight Council all the way behind this. This should turn into like a 3-gate blink build. And the Cyclones are going to find a couple Stalkers. That means that a couple Stalkers are dead. 1 Cyclone almost going down though. That's a bit of... Oh, Adept almost finds his way in. But still, command center delayed yet. Oh, no, will not be delayed yet more. In fact, well, nothing dies. Nothing ventured, nothing gained here for Creator in this game. The probes have to get pulled off the line, and this is starting to look a little bit better for Dream as the trap is not there. 3 workers will go down. 3 workers will pay the iron price. That's going to be about it. And if we look at the end of things here, 5 SCVs, 7 probes. Creator and Dream, they're sitting on the same worker count. And that's never a position a Protoss player wants to be. But of course, Blink is on the way. Warp Gate is done. The natural for Creator much faster, which means he can chrono it out, which means he can start to build that worker lead. That being said, this is a really bad map to try to get a blink aggression on, because I don't believe you can blink onto the high ground in 1 blink, or if you can, it has to be very staggered. And with these tanks already out, it's going to be hard. Creator will struggle to find value, so this game should go later, and I'm kind of excited about it. We don't see enough mid to late game games on Pride of Altaris. It's often predicated around the gold base and one player trying to take it, the other player having to all in because it's a 16 or an 8 mineral patch gold base. But on the few games we've actually seen that have gone macro, they've been sick. Petit Drogo played Showtime. I think I cast that game in an EPT Cup, and it just somehow Drogo is surviving. Maybe it was against the Max Packs, I forget. But somehow Drogo is surviving despite his opponent having the gold and he doesn't, until eventually he crumbles, but it's a damn close thing. We had Maru versus Dream on this map, actually, which was... No. Was it Maru? No. It was Dream versus Cure on... No. Shoot. Maru versus someone from Katowice on this map. Maybe it was Maru Beyond? I forget. Map, it was sick. Maybe it was more young. I don't know. It was a great TVT. We've had a couple great TVTs on this map. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyways, we got Stalkers running across the map here. Blink is done, but so is Stimco. So is a +1. And that means that these Stalkers, while they're going to try to find some value, they're not going to be able to get too much here. And Tank takes some damage, but that really should be the end of things. Do we have a third base on the way or done? No, we don't. So this is still 2 base timing, even as +1 armor is committed to, even as there's not a lot with this, a lot of tech in this army. It's just 1 tank. This is committed aggression coming down from Dream, as now there's that third base going down on location. Drop on the other, or excuse me, hallucination on the other side. But Creator does not have a lot here. His charge is not done. Tank's going to siege on up, and there's no tech with this army. This is Creator getting punished for, well, for being aggressive and it not working out, even though it looked like it might have. So now the Tank's going to look to siege up this third base. Probes that have to get pulled, running away. With the shield battery going down, I mean, there's not a lot that Creator can do. So he's going to put his Stalkers in the supply line. He's going to try to knock some stuff down, but he will get the Marauders. That's always going to be very nice indeed. He's going to get some free Marines as well, forcing Dream to go back, but all the probes, they're dying here. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 workers go down. And one Immortal will pop out in a second. Charge is not yet done. Stalkers going forward. The tank's actually dead, and the Cyclone as well. That is big damage indeed. So this now gives Creator an opportunity, a chance to make this hold happen. As Marines, they stim into the mineral line. They say, this push is probably done. We're probably not going to get too much more out of this, but we can get more and more workers. And he's cleaned up half the mineral line in a game where Creator has already taken significant damage. 20 workers, they die. 20 workers are dead. And now, Creator, he's in the thick of things. He's in the soup. And we're going to have to see whether his soup is full of delicious, tasty things or whether it's a shallow broth that does not make much of anything happen here. Stalkers blink forward. When Medevac goes down, Cyclone, actually, no, the Medevac stays alive, but the Cyclone will go down here, and these Widow Mines are not going to do too much, but remember, Creator, he's kind of all in, losing that third base, losing all those workers. He's only at 31. We're going to have to see whether he can break the Terran and Dream. He understands the situation that he is in. SCV's getting pulled into the natural. He only has to hold here. It's not an easy hold, but he should be able to do as the Widow Mines go off. All the Zealots at the front of things, they go down. SCV's getting pulled. And maybe if Creator can equalize the SCV count, the worker count, maybe that is going to be something. But even that is not easy. Pushing away into the high ground here. It's just so damn hard, especially with the missile turret at the front. You can't get your observer where it needs to be to knock down the Widow Mines. So, yeah, 9 workers go down, but again, it's so hard. Zealot's going to filter right in there looking for the friendly fire, maybe, but they're not going to find it in the second round of Widow Mines. They're off cooldown once again. Stalkers blinking backwards. SCV's getting pulled. The supplies are starting to equalize. They're getting a little bit closer. Most of this supply lead for Dream is in the army. It's not in the, or it's in the economy. It's not in the army. Stalkers are now going to run forward. Liberator is just adding a second layer of complexity to this fight. Zealots again looking to roll in, but they have to take a good fight. They have to get on top of this army. They have to force some friendly fire, or they're really just useless. That's the problem we're dealing with right now, but Zealots now they're going to filter on in once again. Friendly fire, Stalkers blink on forward. Liberator goes down, number 1. This is the break. It's now a do or die for Creator, and it looks like the answer is die. His army's dead. Dream, he wakes up. He takes game 2, and we're moving to game number 3. In the bottom left here in the red, he is for Good Game Gaming. The Good Game Gamer, Dream. And his opponent for Team NV in the bottom right in the blue. He almost took it, almost made the comeback happen. Will he take it here? Creator. And Creator quietly one of the best Protoss, at least on ladder, in the Korean server. He hit 6.8k, I believe, right before Katowice, something like that. He's rocking an 80% PVZ, which is not relevant in this matchup, certainly, but PVT, his second best matchup. And if I had my notes in front of me from Katowice, I would tell you what that was, but I think it was somewhere around on the order of 65%. So fairly good against the layers, the level of the opponent that he is running into. But folks, I have good news. Rejoice. This is not Proxy versus Proxy, although that can also be fun as the probe looking to just be a little bit annoying, harass things out, but 3 SCVs get pulled. So not a lot of a chance that this barracks will be allowed to complete. But again, it's fun. We have a different game. We're not going to see the same game 3 times in a row. Nice little citizens arrest there, but, well, you can always mineral walk on out of things. So this probe will eventually go down, but the big deal is that Crater was not able to delay the command center much at all. And wait a minute. One more shot. But one more shot is not it. And of course, the SUV scout on the other side of the map says, well, okay, normal game. I see we have some indie enjoyers in the chat. Hello there, Rob USMC. Hoorah. Who, Rob? All right, but now the Reaper's going to show on up. And of course, the slow zone slows it down even more. That's what a slow zone does. But there we go. The Adept should scout this on out, and the Shade should get canceled. Reaper says, oh, run away, run away, run away, run away. Oh, wait a minute. Nice mind games here from Crater. He's going to find this Reaper in the middle of the map, but slow zones are going to affect both equally. Look how slow the Shade goes. So, while not a lot happened, the probe actually is going to put a little bit of harassment. Oh, actually, this is big. So, by getting this damage done, what is he at? 20 HP. This Adept can kill the SCV now. One-shot it. Which means this command center is going to be delayed for just about forever. Marines popping out now, and SCV just trying to run away, but the Adept should kill it. There we go. So, again, more of a delay, and now the Adept is going to find its way on out. Marines fighting what they can, but, well, Adepts say no to that one, although it will take a moment here for the shields to pop up. So eventually, this command center should complete, but it's still 2 Adepts versus a Reaper and now 3 Marines. This is a fight that the Adepts can win, but the addition of more Marines are going to say, well, okay, back up. And they will do so. Thank you, Mandragora. I need to find a couple more clips so it doesn't get repetitive, but kind of happy. The 30-second intro seems to work. I think it works better than the little rock items that I had earlier, or that I've been using, honestly, for the last year. Now the Reaper's gonna say, hey, poke. This Reaper is like your younger brother who has learned that no one ever truly touches someone. You just feel the electromagnetic interference, and you get that repulsion force, and that's what touching someone feels like. So then they go and they start in the car. They say, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. That's what the Reaper's doing, is actually touching the Adepts here of Crater, forcing him to turn back and be annoying. And the Reaper does not go down. Dream and Crater both have lost 1 total unit. It's a worker per side. So the question now, though, where does Dream go with this? Is this a... Okay, it's a 2-on-1 coming out of Dream here in this game. We may see a 3rd barracks, but I feel like we've seen these 2-on-1s a little bit more as of late. With a couple Hellions, it's a little bit of a faster timing than Protoss players have come to expect. And now 3 Hellion Reaper, they're going to try to find their way on in. The Reaper goes down, but it's Adept versus 3 Hellion. That's not all that great. And the force field is not great either, so the Hellion's going to get a free sentry as well. And now line them up, boys. 3 Hellions, they annihilate Mineral Lines. Crater actually a little bit late on the pull as well, so we're going to have to see... Oh, that's a big line. One more shot. One more... Oh, okay, and there's a drop in the main base. Craters may just be dead here, actually. I hate to say it, but he has lost so gosh darn much. We're going to see Hellions, or excuse me, we're going to see Stalkers go down as well. Even one of the Hellions gets saved. And 12 probes. 12 probes go down. I think that says everything it needs to say. It looks like Crater was interested in getting a 3rd base, but now he has to get something done. So Stalkers running across the map. Colossus on the way as well, but what good are 4 Stalkers against this amount of bio? It's just not really going to be a thing. Now, Stim is not done. Stim is going to be done closer to 6:30, so it's not a true 2-on-1. In fact, yeah, I know he just got the... No, it was a 2-on-1. So 3rd barracks on the way now as he adds himself on in to that +1 Stim combat shield timing that we're so familiar with in about a minute and a half. And by then, Crater, he will have his 3rd Nexus mostly done. He will have probably 2 Colossus on the field. And we're going to have to see whether that is going to be enough to hold that 3rd base. Because again, 12 probes to 3 Hellions and a couple random Marines is damage. It is rather significant damage. All right, so Forge on the way. At least Creator will start to develop his upgrades, but again, this is all in the context of significant damage in the early game. That being said, though, Creator, he did make a solid showing of trying to fight his way into the natural of Dream in game 2. And honestly, if it's not Pride of Altaris, maybe he makes it happen. That ramp is just so significant that it's really hard to find your way up. But if that was, I don't know, 2,000 atmospheres, maybe he is able to bust the natural. Maybe he is able to kill his opponent, despite the damage that he took. But, well, this is another map that does have a choke on the ramp. It's not, I think it's a little wider than Pride of Altaris is. That may just be my eyes playing tricks on me. I'm not sure. But anyways, now the army of Dream running across the map. It's got 2 tanks. It's got a Raven that will just invalidate the 2 Colossus on the field. Does it have a... Looks like it should have enough energy. Well, it's... What? That's 1 disable, I think. It might have 2 by the time it runs across. But now we got to drop in the main base as well. Crater is on top of this one. So this medevac, it goes down. Marine goes down as well. That's a good start to the hold from Crater. It means he only has to deal with one thing only. But where is our disable? That's what we're looking for. Dream is going to have 1 big hammer blow. That's what this build gives you. The singular shot to knock down Colossus. And in fact, it seems that he does not want to make that happen. He says, losing this drop here, the army looks too scary. I need to back up for now. I still have my 3rd base on the way. My upgrades are still good. I still did damage to you. I can expand in the mid game and not be too worried about it. Yeah, clear SC2. Really great moves there from Dream to find that it's just a weird build and it caught Crater off guard. But now Crater, maybe he feels like he can develop his economy once again. He's probing up. We're going to see gas taken in the 3rd base right as I speak, actually. And there we go. 2nd forge on the way again. He's developing himself. He's getting into this mid game. He feels like at least he has weathered the scariest portion of Dream's build for the moment. Because that's what this build does from the Terran player. It gets this big swell of stuff. And then it slows down a little bit. It gets a little bit more defensive as you take the 3rd base. Because the Protoss production, it catches up to the Terran. But even still, ghosts are on the field. There's a lot of energy in this army, a lot of spell casting. And Dream, well, he's just gonna build up some anti-zealot supply depots right now, saying, well, Creator, if you have dreams of all-inning me, if you have dreams of trying to equalize by doing that, these supply depots are gonna make your life much more difficult. So 4th base on the way for both players, roughly at the same time, actually. 4th base on location for Creator because he cannot float things. Imagine if next I could move. That would be obnoxious. The Marine say, run away! No, don't kill me! But, okay, Marine is dead. He lived a good life. He ran away. The combat drugs made him happy. But all good things must come to an end. As Stalker's marauding on the south side. Well, we may look to see Crater look to hit this timing. Storm is just about done. Looks like he's sitting on 3 High Templar in that main army. So 3 Storms. And if he can hit a good flank, maybe that's going to be worthwhile. But you got to remember, Ghosts are in this army. They can hit some good EMPs. The Army of Dream looking to run through here. The Stalkers do not want to be here, and they will back up rather shortly. The interesting thing, actually, is the High Templar, they're not in the Warp Prism. So that does make it a little bit harder here. Feedback on the Raven immediately makes these Colossus much more powerful. Storm number 1 doesn't really land, but there's 1, maybe 2 more where that came from. What are we at? Almost 2 Storms on that High Templar, and I think there's 1 in the other one. So for now, that is going to shoo Dream back once again. Lots of posturing, lots of buffering. But really, not much more. Actually, no SCVs dying from that Zealot. I think it was maybe just 1 Zealot anyways. So not much going down. And Dream, he's going to force moves out of his opponent at this point. By taking the gold, he forces Crater to be active on the map. Crater cannot just kind of sit here passively on his 4 bases and be happy about it because it's a Terran with the gold. He will always outmine Mules on the core 3, effectively Mules on the 4th just by having it as a gold. So Crater's going to posture himself, and we saw some really good Storm drops from Trap this morning, so maybe looking to make that happen. Here's Tanks. Stalker should be able to kill this off, so Tank will go down. Storm's on the Ghost, and a bunch of dead SCVs here. 2nd Storm as well, but actually nothing going down, and just a High Templar. But even still, 17 SCVs, 16 SCVs go down. Crater with a significant eco lead now, and Dream just trying to take that fight in a choke. That's not what you're looking for. Not really. And behind this Crater, he's got his gold base on the way. So, folks, I think it is safe to say now, Crater has clawed his way back into this game as the Stalkers should just get on top of this Ghost. EMP blankets the army, but there we go. Stalkers blink forward. The Ghost goes down. And Looks like Zealot run by into this third base will get cleaned on up, but this does buy room once again for the army of the Creator to try to posture outside the fourth base. But it feels like with the tanks and the Vikings, it's a little bit too hard to make that happen right now. The other interesting thing to note, this is an orbital. It's not a planetary. We are on 4 orbital gaming from Dream in this game, so his eco, well, that's certainly one way to come back into a game. 4 mules at a time. That's going to do a whole hell of a lot. So Creator, I think, starting to realize that breaking his opponent, not the easiest thing to do in the world, as that ghost will go down. Raven's still alive, by the way. We have a fleet bacon, 2 more starports. We're going to go into carrier tech. And that's going to be pretty decently timed out with the Mass Liberator transition. This is a really interesting setup for Creator and for Dream, actually. So if you get to, I believe it is 12 Liberators, you one-shot interceptors, which is where things get rather dicey, rather complicated. But the army of Creator on the south side, it will be found out here. Lucky Scouting Probe is going to say, hey, there's a lot of stuff. Liberators looking for the siege up. Storm's going to land on a bunch of this stuff here, but now Armor Shredder Missile on the Colossus makes life rather hard. But the flanking Disruptors, well, they're not going to get too much, but they're out of range of the Liberators. And that's the really big deal here. Good splits from Dream trying to make something happen. The army running forward. The Colossus, though, with that Armor Shredder Missile, they cannot afford to run through the Liberator range. They will lose just about everything. So Dream swarming on the left and the right here. The Bio looking to go on forward, trying to get on top of this Colossus. EMP's blanket the army, but Armor Shredder is done now. One Colossus goes down. Second one as well, but that should be enough to stay alive as this push on the north side maybe a little bit more successful. Yeah, Dream is cutting his way through on the left and the right, but the Disruptor shot on the bottom side cleans that one up. Now it's just a bunch of sieged up Liberators, which buys Creator time. He can get on top of this army now. Storm's on top of it all. And now the Stock should be able to deal with the rest of things. EMP's blanketing the army, though. That's a bit of a problem as the base goes down. Creator no longer on that eco lead. He can't really get on top of these Liberators right now, and Dream has a really nice pushing position on the bottom side as well. Forward Liberators sieged up with range. And you gotta remember, a lot of this supply for Creator right now, it's in carriers that actually, they're not being made anymore. It's going to Tempest play immediately. Disruptor shots are not going to find much of anything, but this just chokehold that Dream has been able to find himself in. 6 Liberators. They're causing so many... you can't move in here. It's +2 air. This 2-shot stock is you just cannot make something happen. Your Disruptor shot is not going to find what it needs, but Tempest will eventually show up. And when Tempests arrive, that should knock down a lot of this. But the question is, how much damage does Dream get done before the Tempests arrive? And the answer is going to be a whole hell of a lot. Fourth base is getting denied. Third base, Natural, is in significant trouble. Now, okay, if the carriers have, the Tempests have alive, we will start to see some of these Liberators go down, but the Liberators, they're going to siege on up anyway. Stalker's actually doing a really good job of knocking these down. EMP's blanket the Stalkers to make it 1 shot, but the army, the Liberators, and the Natural, they're starting to go on down here. Tempests are starting to fall, though. One will die. The third base is going down. Dream, he's kind of found a chokehold here, but maybe if Creator takes a good enough fight, that will be the difference of things, and he is starting to really wreck this army. Everything's going down by the economy. The position of Creator is in shambles. He got caught in that tech transition, but he has a scary army now. 1 Colossus, 2 Colossus, 3 Tempests, couple Disruptors, High Templar. If he gets the splash damage where he needs it to be, he can potentially punch on through. His Liberators starting to go down. And remember, it is 7 Liberators in this army. They die fairly quickly to these Tempests. Stalker blinking on forward. But really, it is the economy here of Creator. He's lost his 3rd, lost his 4th, and lost his 5th. So he's going to have to find tremendous damage. Oh, that's a Tempest out of position, but Creator will be able to pull it back for now. As the gold base not really mining all that much. And Dream just looks like he wants... Well, no, he's not going to go for a counterattack. Looks like he's going to go try to break this now. Tempests are going to knock down 1 Liberator at the start by all those storms. And the Stalkers, the Colossus just running on forward. The army of Dream is falling apart here. And yeah, Liberators, they're damn good, but they're all dead. Stalkers got them all. And suddenly, supplies, they're equalized. Suddenly, Creator has this position, and yeah, he doesn't have Tempests. But the Liberator force, it's not there anymore. There are only 2 Vikings in the sky, 6 medevacs, and it's 5 Vikings at a time because he understands that these Colossus are terrifying forces. But Creator, he has his Disruptors on the way once again. Nice EMPs blanket this army. But Creator, again, he has this pole position. He's making it damn hard to mine out of. Now, the Vikings are going to get a good position on the dead airspace. They make it hard for the Colossus to run in. The Stalkers, they're getting ready for their move. And it looks like, yeah, Dream's just going to give up the gold base for now. I think Stalkers have to blink backwards. EMP whiffs. And now Creator. He understands that he cannot allow this gold base to keep mining, but I feel like that's not even the play anymore. It's to deal with the base on the bottom side. That's a much easier base to push into. And honestly, there's not a ton of minerals that makes this gold base good. Yeah, there are 3 rich patches, but the thin patches, they're kind of all gone. They're not really all that useful. So now we're going to see Creator rotate onto the north side. It's maybe a little bit... Dream has so many orbitals. That's an orbital on the 5th base as well. It's kind of ridiculous, to be totally honest. But Dream has to be, or Creator has to be very careful about this round. EPs do blanket this army. 1 ghost goes down. Vikings, they're looking for the chase, but Disruptors, Stalkers do zone them out for it now. Creator owning the high ground. He's looking to go low. Storm's looking to blanket things. It's only half an army versus a full army here. Creator, he's going to have to take this fight. Disruptor shots on the high ground, but the Vikings, they're cleaning up all the splash. There's not a lot for Creator anymore, and as good as those Disruptor shots looked, well, it is not really enough. We're seeing the economy go to bear here. Dream can spend a bank that Creator does not have. So the Vikings moving on into shotting down all the Stalkers. Damage onto the gold base once again. Creator's not going to have that over the course of this game. It's really just Stalkers here, and while they have upgrades, they have inferior ones to the Terran. The bio play rolling on in, rotating on in, and what it needs now, you need a damn fine Disruptor shot. EMPs blanket those. So Dream, he targets them all down, and despite the comeback potential that Creator has showed us in game 2 and in game number 3, it does not matter. Dream, his economy was the big deal. Defensive DTs will not save the day here, but actually, maybe they will. Stalkers blink forward, but there we go. There's the scan. DT's going down. Disruptor shot will not. Oh, it will actually. And wait a minute. Creator's holding here for the moment. At what cost? But he is holding for the moment. Now we got the rally coming on in. And while Creator does hold this fight, it's still 75 army supply to 25. Not a lot that Creator can do. He will lose this 5th base once again. He's never been allowed to take the south side interior base. So this has just been a game where Creator has just not had as much stuff. Dream is on, by the way. He does not have a single planetary in this game. He's just on 6 or oh, sorry, he has 1 planetary on the bottom side. He's on 6 orbitals. And I guess maybe that's one of the repercussions of nerfing blink DTs. You don't build planetaries, but anyway, we're gonna have the Stalkers here looking for one last ditch fight. Zealot's trying to get on top of things. Liberator range, well, it's +3. +2 is the inflection point, but it doesn't really matter. +3 is damn good too. Dream, he moves on to the round of 8, I believe.